Hello Pisces, and welcome to my channel. My computer is not working, so the system that I can't talk. What is wrong? Are we in retrograde? My microphone that I normally use that's connected to my computer, I am unable to use, but I'm here today with a special message for you. A special message. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards for this. But before I get into the oracle cards, or while I'm pulling these oracle cards, I want to let you know, today my heart is heavy. I woke up with a really heavy heart. And what I realized is I got a call the other day it's been about 5 days. And I got a call that an estranged friend of mine, passed away. So this is a friend that I had in another life, when I had my other life. I've since moved on from that life, and just someone that was connected to me from that past life that, we really got along. We really got along, other than the fact that when I moved on with my life, that I had to make some changes. We keep talking about, I'm getting messages. We keep talking about that we have to make changes. When we make changes, you have to be able to release, right? So you can't always take people with you into the next stage of your life. Like, there are people that you may stay acquainted with, but there are people with you that where you're going, they can't go with you. And it's one of those things, right? If you have an ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, whatever, and you had friends that you had together, like, when the relationship dissolves, many times you find that you can't stay friends. And if you try, sometimes it can be chaotic. And it will keep you attached to the other person. So you have to sever the ties, right? And for me, with this particular person, it was fine because that person was his friend before he was mine. And although, it's hard when you're transitioning, and I think sometimes when we make these transitions, we realize that we're cutting ties, but we don't realize the impact that it has on our lives, or that it has on us, right? Initially when we're making the change, and then later on. And why I say this is because, oh, Sasha. Oh, I know, right? That's true. See, Sasha agrees. I have my German Shepherd, Sasha. She's laying back here with me. But yeah, so you don't realize the impact that it might have in the future, because things come back around, right? Like, as I don't want to go too much into my story, because this is not a story about me, but this is a story for everyone. I recently received a call that this friend passed away. Like, he had a short illness and had some issues with congestive heart failure and passed away. And, a lot of things went through my mind, right? Because I'm thinking, wow, he's not that much older than me. So that brings around, when your friends start to pass away, like people that you knew start to pass away, a few things happen. It brings up your own mortality, right? Like, you have to deal with. And then it also brings up, like, what happened, right? Like, so the first thing that you say is like, whoa, like, what do you mean? Like, what happened to this person? And in this case, I guess there were some health issues. And, on this channel, I talk about, and I say, I believe, like, your health is your wealth. Like, you cannot tap into who you're supposed to be in this life. You cannot tap into your gifts if you don't have your health or your life purpose. And so, as I reflect on his life, right? And sometimes the good times, sometimes the fun times, like he was very funny. Sometimes I can't say that I had any bad times with him because he was a friend. And so there was never anything, like he was always like very uplifting. He was very close with my children. What happens is your mind starts playing tricks on you. How does your mind play tricks on you? They tell you you can't take your past with you you can't take everyone from your past into your present or your future. And you may meet up with people again as they progress, right? If they progress and if you've moved on and you've moved on to another stage, or if you've elevated and to a little bit of higher consciousness. And I call it that just because that's what it is. It's not that we're better than anyone. It's just that you have a higher consciousness of your life purpose, what you want to do in this life, and how you want to be in this life, how you want to show up. And it takes some people longer than others to show up that way. Anyway, so it's about higher consciousness. And when you reach a level of higher consciousness, if the people around you are not elevating with you, sometimes they can't come with you because first of all, they don't even understand. They think you're crazy. They think that, they don't understand, like, why do you want to, like, let's say you want to move. Why do you want to leave this area? Like, you've grew up here, you've lived here your whole life. Why would you want to leave? Well, maybe that place that you're living is not vibrating either in the place where you're vibrating. And anyway, with that said, the first thought I had, and because we have free will, we can do what we want. The first thought I had was, oh, wow. I remembered that another friend that we had, that he used to date, and I haven't spoken with her in years either. And I thought, oh, like, I should reach out to her. I wonder if she knows. And in that area, like, she may know. The word, when someone passes away, I think word travels fast. And even though she didn't maintain relationships with people in the area, I'm sure she will find out. But I also realized, I was like, oh, I should call her. I wonder if she knows. Like, my goodness. And here's the thing. Like, you can't, first of all, it's not my job. I'm not the, I'm not the bearer of bad news, first of all. And second of all, those cords have been cut for a while, and I can't, like, I can, you can go back and I can go to the funeral. I can send flowers and I will send flowers and give my condolences. But that re-entanglement of the past can sometimes keep you stuck, especially if the people that you're re-entangling with have not elevated. And this is a really kind of hard place to be. Now, obviously, I will not be able to attend the funeral because it is not near me and it's out of state. So I won't be going. But this becomes an even greater entanglement when you can go to the funeral, right? Because when you go to funerals, someone in your life, or that was in your life, passes away. If you decide to attend the funeral, you're going to run into a lot of people, right? And they're going to be wondering, like, what, they may ask you, like, what's been going on with your life? What's been going on with their life? And that brings up a lot of memories, right? And those memories are memories. They're good memories, right? Like, and that's good. But at the same time, you may run into people and start having interactions with people that are still in that other place, right? Like you've jumped the timeline, you've left them behind, and they're in that other place, and the behavior is the same. So you're getting called back to interact in a manner in which does not serve you anymore. So it's just, this is just a quick, just kind of a quick message that I have for you. I'm not here to, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you don't do. Everybody can make up their minds for themselves, but it's that urge that comes up, the hurt that comes up because this is somebody that you've been maybe someone that you were really close with, and of course, especially when it feels like, oddly enough, their life was cut short. Like why? Like you're wondering why, and so you wanna, it's natural to want to entangle with the other people that knew him and have that discussion and get the comfort that you normally get. That's what funerals are about, right? But we all know that gatherings sometimes can turn toxic, right? And when you re-entangle yourself, right now, like you put yourself back into that web, how do you move forward? Are you bringing them into what you're doing now, right? Because that entails like sharing things that are going on in your life today. So it's so much. And as we are, a lot of Pisces, a lot of the collective, and it's not just Pisces, but a lot of the collective are moving, elevating, shaking, figuring out their life's purpose. We must get our health in order so that we can think straight. And that's the other part of this message that I wanted to bring to you, because this friend died of a health complication. And health can be a generational curse. But it's a generational curse that we have free will, and we can break, right? It's not easy. Breaking generational curses is definitely not easy. Like it takes willpower. It takes putting yourself around other people that are like-minded and doing the same things that you are doing or that you want to do. And well, first of all, it takes recognizing that you are in a pattern. And I think I'm 50, 52, 53 to be exact. And sometimes it's not easy to recognize the pattern, because everyone around you is just doing that normal thing. People are obese, they're having diabetes, they're having heart disease, they are, having complications, and they're running around this cycle of doing the same things that everybody else did, right? Like the generation prior, you had heart disease. If you could afford it, like you go to the doctor, they give you a pill. They, now if you have a heart attack, maybe they put a stent in your heart. They give you blood pressure medicine, take a daily aspirin, cholesterol medications, all these things. And that were created within this last, within this last generation, and within our generation, my generation, right? Within the span of time, that are now showing side effects, these things that are showing some side effects and we know that these medications are not reversing the diseases. They are just keeping you at bay until your body acclimates, and then you either need a higher dose or your body is no longer responding. So in order to break the generational curse, we need to recognize that our body is not responding, and then we have to decide that we're going to take responsibility for that. And it's not easy. I mean, I've been on my own personal journey, which is why I'm here. I've been here on this channel talking to you, Pisces. We are, and I know that you know, or maybe some of you don't know, right? That this is something that you need to do. And we're all trying to figure it out in our own way. If we're struggling, and if we've seen our families struggle, you know, obesity is a problem, right? And obesity, and it's not just that, you know, you would think like saying, oh, being fat is unhealthy, or then you could say being skinny is unhealthy. So it's not that being fat or skinny is unhealthy. It's that if your health is not managed, that's unhealthy. How do you, you know, are you feeding yourself things that can help to thwart away or prevent some of these things, and to change the trajectory of the generational curse of obesity? I call it a generational curse because it's, you know, they've industrialized the foods. There was during the, you know, we've had foods that are industrialized and processed that maybe our parents ate, and they didn't have the effect that we did because their genes were slightly different than us. And, you know, and they didn't start eating these foods till maybe they got a little bit older. And then we watched them, maybe as they got older, go into this state of being obese. Now our children are obese from the time they're like 2 years old. They're overweight, they're obese, they're unhealthy. And it's a lot of it is due to the processed foods. And I'm not here preaching, but I'm speaking to the generational curse. And the reason the kids are obese at this point is because now their parents that have conceived them have been eating these foods, right? So the genes are changing. And then they are already susceptible because the genes are changing. They're being given these, you know, their DNA is slightly different because we're eating a lot of GMO foods. And then you add to that they are now eating these foods. And I mean, I could get more and more into this. I'm sure you could do some research online for yourself to see this, but it's one of the things, it's another one of the things that came up for me when I heard of my friend passing, because, you know, he was obese, but it was, you know, we just go, okay, that's so-and-so, you know, oh, that's Tom, or that's Jenny, you know, like that's just the way she is. And we start to normalize it. And we not just do we normalize the obesity, we shame people when they're sick, right? They're obese and sick. And so it's one thing to be obese and healthy, but it's another thing to be obese and sick, and then everyone's like keeping their illnesses to themselves and not talking about it. We're just not talking about it. And why not? Why are we not talking about it? Why aren't we talking about how sick? Because, and I believe it's because we don't even realize how sick we are sometimes. It took me until 5 or 6 years ago, I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm sick, I'm inflamed. And, you know, I made a decision to start changing some things. And still to today, I'm a lot healthier than I was 5 years ago, but still to today, I'm struggling to get the weight down. So I've joined 4 groups because I'm not giving up on myself. You know, don't give up on yourself. But if you find that you're starting to go to the doctor and they're giving you a pill for this, a pill for that, it's time, I believe it's time to start looking at your diet in a different way. And so to take control, you know. I will link a group that I belong to, a group that I just joined for support. It's a fasting group. I'll link that down below. I mean, you don't have to join, but you can take a look. You can take a look to see if there's something there that suits you. They fast, they do cleanses, they help with cleanses. I'll be, at some point, that's my goal, I'll be putting together a cleanse for my Pisces here. Just to help you, something that's not too aggressive, but something that just is something to get you started, because you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, Pisces. Anyone can pass away at any time, but when you see someone passing away before it's time, due to health issues, that could be addressed through diet, through a proper diet and proper nutrition. Let's say, I don't want to say diet, because I don't believe that anybody should be on a diet. I think that it's a lifestyle. So because of a lifestyle, you expire early. It's really sad. It's really sad. And I'm here. If I can help one person for this not to happen to one person, then I'm doing my job. I'm doing good. I'll feel good about that, because for myself, battling with being overweight, having children that have battered that have, they're not battered, children that have battled with being overweight and obese, morbidly obese, that I'm helping myself. I've encouraged them. I encourage you to do one thing at a time. And today I encourage you to just, if you can just remove sugar from your diet. Simple sugar. Do not add sugar to anything that you eat. It's a drug. It's not good for you. And watch the labels of the foods that you buy. If you're able to do two things, I would recommend removing sugar and processed foods. If you don't recognize the name, if you buy something in a box and you don't recognize the name, the items, what's in there, then don't buy it. It's not good for you. Your body's holding on to that and not processing it, and it's causing disease in people. Don't do it. And I can't tell you who to go back to, because sometimes people come back around in your life, and they're meant to come back around in your life. Sometimes people that you left behind or you separated from, or they're meant to come back. Maybe there's divine timing in play. But sometimes you have to use discernment, because you need to understand whether or not you are on the same page. Are you in the same place? If you revisit a relationship from the past, is that relationship going to drag you back? Is it going to stop you dead on your track and stop you from the path, take you off the path that you were on? And if it does, maybe there was another lesson to be learned. I don't know, because sometimes we do, but it's just kind of a quick warning, not a warning, but a quick message that I had, because I think it's especially when people pass away, we feel that urge. Like you want to reconnect, right? It's like, an old high school friend passes away or something, it makes you think of your own mortality. And more than that, it makes you think of your innocence, your childhood, your and sometimes we want to go back and revisit, but you need to be clear about whether or not that revisiting is going to take you back, and you need to be clear about where you are, and maybe sometimes there's a reason to go back. I'm not saying don't go. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we need to be mindful that we have free will, and we need to use discernment, especially when these things or people that we made a decision in the past to leave behind, and we had discernment, we had maybe there was divine intervention, and there you used discernment, you had a light bulb moment, you had some clarity, and you just knew it was time to move on. So if that's the case, then now is not the time to be going back. Let me pull. I have this practical self oracle cards. I like these. They're by, who makes these? Who makes these? Whoa! I just dropped my. It says, oh, I'm not good. Well, I'll let you read it. It says, don't duck with yourself. Let's say that. All right. So it's a practical self oracle deck. Let's pull a couple. That's that. It says, get a reading. Use divination to understand your desires and path. Well, you're here, right, Pisces? I think sometimes we need that. We need divination for clarity, fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to this gift that you've been given. Let's pull one more. See, when you have a fresh start, you can't go back. Oh, too many. One more. Okay, what's this one? Clear your energy. Refuel your energy and reclaim your power. Exactly. So use divination to understand your desires and power, and this is what gives you, using divination, whatever that is, whether it's you're meditating, you're here, you're listening to me and getting a little bit of advice. These are tools that you use so that you can sit with yourself and gain discernment and clarity in your situation. And many of you, that's what I was saying. That's why I just felt the urge to come here, because so many of you are being given a fresh start, and you want to be using discernment when those times come, and you're being pulled back into places, to people, places, and things that you've left behind for a reason. And you need to clear your energy. You need to create a protective field around you so that you can use discernment. So that, let's say you do have to be in that situation. Let's say it's a family member that passed away. Okay, you have to go, like you feel like you have to go to the funeral. Now you have like toxic people around you, toxic interactions, and afterwards you have to go to people's homes maybe. But do you have to go? Use discernment. Maybe you don't have to go. You've attended the funeral. You've done your part. And I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying, clear your energy so you can think straight, because first and foremost, you want to be doing what's good for you. Because many of you right now, Pisces, are being given a fresh opportunity to begin again. Like you're getting another chance at a new life. You have things coming in for you that maybe you've been wishing for, that you didn't think were coming, and here they come. But to be open fully to this gift, you have to clean your energy. You can't be going back into the past, things that you left that are going to take your energy in a different direction, right? Because how do you can't be in two places at the same time. You can't be having your fresh start and going backwards. It's not possible. And that doesn't mean that you don't love and you don't feel for people, places and things that you've been, because those people, places and things have made you who you are. But it doesn't mean that you can take them. And if they're meant to be, right? If it's meant to be, sometimes they will catch up with you and they will find you. And at that point, you can use discernment to see if it's time to if you can let them back in or not. It depends. Let me this deck. I want to use this. You know, we were talking about generational curses. I just want to pull from this past life oracle card by Doreen Virtue. I want to pull from this to see like what might be some past life traumas that you have. Unrequited love. Lessons and blessings. Lessons and blessings. Unrequited love. Yeah. So you can't go back. You want to go back to unrequited love? And even if it was you that was giving the unrequited love, why would you go back and be that karmic person to someone else? You know, it's time. This is in your past life. You've learned the lessons. Now it's time for the blessings. Do you get that, Pisces? You know, the first card I pulled was fresh start. Fresh start for you. It's time for you. It's time for you to have your first start. You cannot go back to unrequited love. No. Look how sad she looks. I don't want to be that lady. Or you don't want to be that man. You know? But you know the time, and this is here, lessons and blessings. The time has come. You've learned your lessons in the past life already. You've learned your lessons. Look, I don't know if I showed you this one. This is the original one. Like get a reading. I like these cards. They're called that was the original one I used. Not going back, but I'm gonna pull one more of these past lives. So some of you out there, you have learned your lessons already. If you can't go back. And you know, when you start feeling this way and you start getting pulled back into past energies, you got to clear it's time to clear your energy and reclaim your power, because you have a fresh start coming. You can't, one more, wars and battles. You've done the battling. You've been through the war. You've been through the ringer already. And because you've been through the ringer, you're being given the opportunity to do this, you're getting a do-over. Somebody out there is getting a do-over in their life. But you know, many times when you are getting a do-over, you will get some lessons will keep from the past will come and pop up, and you get to choose. You already learned a lesson, but do you want to do it again? I don't think you want to do it again, but you get to choose if you want to do it again or if you want the blessings. The blessings are yours for the asking. It's divine timing. Divine timing is here. So I recommend clearing your energy, sage, light a candle, do whatever it is that you do. You know, the first card that I pulled was use divination tools. If you're not sure about an energy, a place, like you're being called, especially right now, it's the holidays. We might be called to go to places and listen to your intuition, but you got to clear your energy to do that so that you can hear your intuition. And listen to your intuition. That's your own personal inbred divination tool. You got this, Pisces. I want to pull. I may pull a few tarot. I don't know. I wasn't planning. I was just doing oracle today, but I want to pull from this healing energy oracle, and it's by. This one is by Mario Duguay. The healing energy oracle. I like it. I like it. I just like it. See the white light? That's you. That's what you're stepping into. You have this light surrounding you. You need to not just clear your energy, and I don't know, meditate, and you can create. Did you know that? Like you can sit and meditate and create a light, a bubble of protection around yourself. Yeah, you could do that. You need to do that. Create a bubble of protection around yourself as we go into these holidays. You know, crazy things happen around the holidays. You know, we always, you know, sometimes it's good. Sometimes we have stressors around the holidays. But gosh, these cards are like kind of papery. But I bent one. Let's pull one. Give me one healing message for Pisces. Gratitude. That's your message, Pisces. Gratitude. What does it say? I am aware of the light in my life. I direct my thoughts to the beauty in and around me. I give thanks to God for every little thing that brings me joy. This enlightens my thoughts, riches surround me, and I appreciate all that life brings me. Gratitude. This card here really explains kind of how I felt. I just felt grateful that I could come here, right? Like I was feeling a little bit down and feeling, you know, a little bit like torn about this whole situation with the friend that passed away. And I was and then I realized that I can come here because I have like-minded people in my Pisces that can understand what I'm going through. And I also know that you also may, you know, there may be some of you out there going through some of the same things, whether it might not be through death, but you may have people trying to come back into your life. Obviously, you know, it sounds like it because, you know, unrequited love in your past, you're being granted a fresh start, and being in spirit wants you to clear your energy. Spirit, ancestors, what do you have for Pisces today? What? Too many. What do you have? I just saw the devil card. Pisces. When the card slipped over. Yeah, you might have some devils, some energies, things trying to call you back. But you can't go back. It's It's not time to go back. It's time for you to have that fresh start. You've done the lessons already in your past life. You've had the unrequited love, the wars and battle. I mean, like, it's all, like, it just laid it down on the table. You know, you've had the lessons, many lessons. You've had, you know, your love. Matters of the heart, earth energy, wars, battles. You know, like, you're done with that. You're done with that crap. Let's see what we have for Pisces. All right, we'll take these. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Four of Cups. I need my glasses. Seven of Pentacles, Four of Cups. I need to be able, I can't. Six of Cups and the Chariot. Okay. You're being called to focus on your pentacles. That's what this whole reading, you're being called to focus on your pentacles, but the warning for you is to not to become closed-minded is the message for you, right? As you move forward, you don't want to become closed-minded. That's why you need to connect with spirit. You need to clear your energy so that you are having you're using discernment, and you're making the best decision for yourself based on your intuition. You're also you're moving forward. The Chariot is here. You're moving forward, and as you're moving forward, you're being called to share your success. You're being reminded that it's okay to share no matter what's happened in your life, Pisces. You're being called to share your successes with others. Because and it doesn't have to necessarily be material, although we are talking about pentacles, right? But it could be sharing your lessons with someone else so that they don't have to repeat. And I think that in itself, when you can share your lessons with someone and prevent them from repeating a mistake that you've made, or help them through a situation, that is in itself is a blessing, right? That's you being a blessing to someone else. You are called to be a blessing to someone else, because even though things might seem hard, right? Because you're doing a lot of planning. You know, you're looking at all your pentacles, right? And you're looking at all your pentacles, and you're thinking like, wow, okay, what else do I need to do? Because I'm trying to get to that 10 of Pentacles, right? Like, I'm trying to get to the Ace of Pentacles. I'm trying to get to the 10 of Hearts. What do I need to do to get there? And you just need to open yourself up. Open yourself up. Don't focus so much. Maybe you have some things that you've done, but right now you're being given new opportunities. Spirit is bringing you opportunities, right? And if you stay focused on the pentacles that you've already created, you might miss out on those opportunities that are coming. So, and because you're going to be closed-minded and think like there's only one way to do it because this is the way I've done it before, so I don't need to do it that way. I need to, I need to stick to that. Like, how do I create more? Like, how do I create more of this? But what I see is that, you see him focusing. He's focusing on the 3 cups, but here's another cup coming at him. So he's not even seeing that there's a 4th cup. He's so focused on these 3 cups here. So it's time to, and all of this, that's what it's saying. Like, there's just this kind of, he needs to refocus, take a look, because it's time for you to get out there, Pisces. Get out in the world, mingle, because as long you've learned, in your past life, you've learned the lessons, right? And now you have a fresh start and blessings are coming. So I think you can trust yourself not to take the wrong road, not to go back to people, places, and things, as we were talking about, the wars and the battles, like all of that is over. As long as you stay in gratitude. We want to stay in gratitude, and you want to share your road to success is about you planting seeds out there and sharing your story with somebody else. Share your story. Like, it might be silly. Like, I got on here today and I was just like, and this is not about me, but I got on here today and I was just like, hey, this is how I was feeling. But I have a group of other like-minded Pisces on here that can really understand like what I'm going through, because you're like-minded. So like, find other like-minded people. Find people who, there are plenty of people out there that you can share one thing, one little bit of information that you might share that you might think is so silly, that may give that person an aha moment, or you might make their day. Like, is it that you're gonna go into the grocery store today and you see your cashier is struggling, she's got a line of people and nobody's coming to help, right? Like, when the people in line, they're a little frustrated. And if you could just look at her or him and tell them, like, you know what, you're doing a really good job. Thank you. We don't know. Maybe in his mind, her mind, she's thinking, I'm going to quit my job, which might be the worst thing that they need to do. But you could change the trajectory of someone's life. And doing this is what brings your success, because this will move you forward. This is what you need to do to move forward. Gratitude, because it's being handed to you, but of course, like, it's there for the taking, right? That fresh start, that new life, but you need to open up to the gift, and to open up to the gift, it takes gratitude, sharing your successes. Sharing your success builds success for you. And so many times we think like our stories are insignificant, or they don't matter, or nobody will get us. We don't need everybody to get us. You just need one person to get you. And you've made a difference. Right? And that moves you forward. But, and through all of this, I came here talking about moving forward. Right? That we can't, like, that's how I started this whole, this reading today, was with my message that, Spirit, I just felt called to come tell you that no matter what, like, you need to keep moving forward. It might be hard, it might be through death that happen, other things that happen, separations, a lot of different things. And we need to remember our path and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let me clarify the Chariot. You want me to clarify the Chariot, Pisces? You know, and sharing your successes is going to look different for everyone. You know, Beyonce shares her successes through her music. You know, we all do it different. People do it through their artwork. People, you know, whatever. It could be anything. Could be you going to, like I said, going to the grocery store and making somebody's day and saying, yeah, you know, I've done this before. You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Spirit, help me here. Help me. Right? I want to see. Because I wasn't planning on doing a huge reading. Nine of Cups. Yeah, you're being asked this chart. You're the Knight. This is you, Pisces. You're being asked to use your creativity to give back, to move. Get that chariot moving. You need to, you know, the more you, and Pisces are compassionate people anyway, right? Like Pisces are all compassionate, creative people, but this is what you're being called to use your creativity and your compassion to share your lessons, right? Your lessons and blessings, Pisces. You're being called to share what you've learned through your past lives. You know what? And if you're not sure what that is yet, it's coming to you. You know, you've been called to just clean your energy, get a reading, use some divination tools to help you figure out past life regression, maybe, to find out. But like, you know, you've been through it. Okay, based on what the spread I see here, you've been through it. Wars and battles. Like but you're done with that now. You're done with that now. Why the Knight of Cups for Pisces? Yep. Because you've been, look at this. Shit. Like I said, the Nine of Cups, not the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Swords, you've been through it, Pisces. That's why. Now it's time, now you're being called to use your creativity. That's why. Nine of Cups. But guess what? You're being called to get out of the Hangman. Move, keep it. It's time to move. The Hangman is in reverse. You're being called to get out of the Hangman energy. You're in. And you know, sometimes it can speak to indecision. I don't think so. I just think that you're being called to, it's time to get out of the Hangman energy for you. Because you're being called, it's time for you to step into your success. And guess what? Three of Cups. Right? Celebrate your successes with those you care about. You know, I just have this energy of, I feel like you know, some things are happening, maybe some things are coming back around, and maybe you're afraid. Maybe you're afraid of decisions that you're going to make, but the path is paved. And you're being called to leave that energy behind, because once you can take a look at, what I'm hearing is that once you can take a look at the success that you've had and share that with others, you'll have more success. And sometimes when we are having success, we go back here, right? To the Nine of Swords. So I feel that maybe some of you are going a little bit back to this worry, because maybe you're not sure if you're making the right decision, or maybe like things are starting to go right and you're afraid like it's gonna go wrong. And but if you look back on what you've achieved, celebrate your successes, have gratitude for the small ones, even if the big ones that you're asking for are not here yet. Have gratitude for the small ones, because you know this is you. You're moving forward with the Knight of Cups, the Chariot. Like, Spirit is taking you, moving you forward, taking you out of the worry, and wants you out of the Hangman energy, so that you could share your successes with others and build more. And then you'll be able to share. Then you'll be able to share the success that you have with those you care about. You'll be celebrating. Three of Cups. Look at that. He's so excited, right? Like you start off here, right? Helping, giving a helping hand to somebody else, lift somebody else up, right? And when you lift somebody else up, here you are. You're lifted. But you got to stop worrying, get out of the Hangman energy, and the rest is just, the road is paved for you. You're there. You're there. So stop worrying. You've learned the lessons, Pisces. You've learned, and you got a fresh start coming. Use discernment, clean your energy, get some sage, do what you got to do. If you're called into a situation for people, places, or things, and you're not sure what to do, listen, quiet yourself and listen to your gut feeling. Listen to your intuition. Hear what Spirit has to say to you. That's no joke. Okay, Pisces. Well, thank you for joining me today. If you have, if you have any successes that you want to share, maybe drop me a comment down below and share success with me. Tell me what you're grateful for. Today, I'm grateful I had you to come here to, because we are family. All right? I am sending you love and light.